everybody? This is Marquise Dupree with Doc Sports. How y'all doing today? We're here at Dave and Buster's, about to go down to Florida State Miami game. We're here showing love, having a good time with everyone, and talk about the game a little bit. Want to introduce my co-host T. Joe in the building.
Say Win Podcast.
Thanks, people. Glad for having us, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man. We just watched that Alabama and Vanderbilt game.
Yo,
what do you think about it?
Look, I'm happy.
I know we're here with Florida State and Miami, though.
I'm happy. I know we're here for that, but you know, hey, man, look.
But like Florida State and Alabama kind of joined at the hip right now.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, that's a treacherous history, but yeah, man, I'm rooting for good football.
Right.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot, and it's something that we talk about all the time. Someone is teaching fundamental football.
Yeah.
We've had a record number of block field goals, block punts, punch outs, forced fumbles.
And don't forget bad refereeing.
Yo,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it.
You must have
Virginia last week in Florida State. You know,
how do you feel about
that, man? I'm gonna tell you something. I knew it was gonna happen. Florida State do not play well on a Friday night. You can go look at the history. Florida State do not play well on a Friday night, and it's crazy because it's a totally different team, totally different time, totally different coaches. True. And I told everybody all week that I was nervous about this game. They laughed at me. See, everybody thought because we beat Alabama. Everybody thought because we beat Alabama that was there. That was there. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody was laughing at us.
And I told everybody, I said, this is a dangerous game. I remember Boston College.
Oh yeah.
With 30-3. The red bandana game, man, they drug, and Jimbo Fisher couldn't do anything. They drug us down the field on the Friday night. Duke did it on the Friday night.
That Duke game was crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That Duke game was crazy.
And then, Dave and Buster give me the call Wednesday to come down here to do the show. I knew it right then. I said, God dog it. I said, it'll be a darn shame if Florida State lose and I got to do this show.
Now let me ask you this.
But we here.
Being a FSU fan, devil's advocate, armchair, I guess, AD or coach, what would you have done different in that game? In that Florida State Virginia game? What would you have done different?
First of all, ran the ball more. I don't think they ran the ball more up the middle. I think, I can tell you this right here. You should have took the quarterback out to regroup himself because I think he got exposed a little bit. You know, he had to go back and run because Virginia defensive line was very tall. Tommy's not that tall.
True.
Remember the ball, he got batted down a couple times, he panicked a couple times. That was because of his height, because he could not see the field.
Well, I mean, were you game planning as far as run fit? Now you said that they should have run.
They should have ran. We have a running back core. Rodell Williams was hurt. You know, thank you, Alabama. But he was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Cam Davis, our true freshman. You know, he hasn't looked like himself last year, banged up injury. Now we get those guys back. But Virginia, that was last week. Let's talk about Miami. That's why we here. The rivalry. Everybody talk about the Iron Bowl, right?
Yeah.
True.
Everybody talk about Michigan and Ohio State, right?
Yeah. But let me ask you this, man.
Let Florida State and Miami go down.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
And keep in mind, Florida State is the only team that has two official rivals.
That's what I'm about to say. They got to tangle with us.
Florida.
They have to tangle with us.
And Miami.
So I was looking
Those
at
are the only two
that.
rivals. And Miami already played Florida.
Yeah.
So this is a
Why you
state.
had to rehash old wounds, man?
Because this is the state championship.
Yeah.
This is the state championship.
Carson Beck came out and said, so he'll be the first black guy since I think Brock Burley did it back in like I think it was the early '90s or something like that.
Brock
to go
Burley,
5-0 against Florida and Florida State. You know, because the in-state rivalry.
Yeah.
He wants to be the first guy to get 5 wins.
He can't do it.
You don't think so?
That's a hard feat to do.
He
can't do it. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think of the last Miami quarterback that did it. You got to think Miami has not won anything in the ACC for the last 20 years.
I think
they went to the ACC championship last year.
Yeah.
Well, so I would say it was the 80s
Well, no, Toretta did it.
No, yeah.
Did
He
Gino?
did 4-0. He did 4-0.
Did he do
think
4 in a
Gino-
row?
I
He did
think.
4-0.
This-
And I think.
But that was early 90s. I can't. I was early 90s, so I give him that.
Yeah.
But that's the only
Charlie
one.
Ward did it from Florida State.
Oh yeah, you know,
He did.
yeah, Charlie. A couple
Oh,
of
man.
things.
Let-
Winston did it. Winky did
Yeah,
it.
Winky
Well,
did it.
Winky was 30 years old, but hey, he's still
26.
Hey man, 7 years. Look at Pablo.
Yeah.
Pablo's working on 8 years right
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
You know,
He's
so
balling too,
He
man.
is
Like,
balling. You got to give him the credit.
now let me ask you this again.
Right.
The resident FSU fan, looking at the history of the game, and we're talking the rivalry,
Miami and Florida State.
Miami and Florida State. I don't think people really understand with all of the, and I'm gonna open the old wound right here.
Yeah.
All of the wide, left,
Wide
and
left.
wide, right. If one of those kicks goes in,
Yeah.
the landscape in the history of college football looks totally different.
If
It looks totally different.
if one of those kids goes in, Bobby Bowden's Nick Saban.
Yeah.
He has all the man. I mean, Bobby Bowden already has the wins, right?
Yeah, he's got a
But Nick
legacy.
Saban has the championships.
Right.
Yeah.
If one of those kicks goes in, Nick
College.
Saban will be breaking Bobby Bowden records.
3 wide rights and 1 wide left.
Yeah.
Then it was
But think
more-
how many national championships. Think how many wars. You know,
Nah.
you know what's crazy about
did.
this? You know
We
what's
did.
crazy about this rivalry? You
Yeah.
know one thing I hate about this rivalry is no matter, and I hear rivalries, you hear it in Iron all the time. You know, no matter how good you are at this game now,
They get up for that.
Miami can be 2 wins.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it means
Oh
something.
yeah.
And it
always
means
means
something. The
implications
first time
something.
I didn't see that mean anything was last year when Florida State went 2-10 with DJ Underlord,
Yeah.
and we laid down to Miami. We didn't have no fight. That was the only time out of my 30 years of watching this game that I seen Miami or Florida State that didn't have a fight,
Yeah.
and it had to be Florida State that didn't have a fight.
Bobby Bowden, like 6 years ago, well, it may have been 8. He said something, and it really, really resonated with me, and it hurt me. He said, "Man, I remember when this game used to mean something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember when this game, because I did research for this, and I counted at least 9 games where it had playoff, ACC, or
National
national championship
Well, keep in mind,
implications.
in the 90s, Miami was in the Big 8.
A Big East.
Big East was the
Yeah.
Big East. Was the Big
Yeah.
East. Florida State was in AC, but the rivalry still ran
yeah,
national
yeah,
championship
it had
implications.
Oh, yeah.
You was in the top 25, you was the top 10,
Yeah.
top 5. The game always meant something.
It meant something.
Especially
It
back in the
had
90s, man,
implications,
both of the
and
teams
then, like what we were saying,
Jimmy Johnson.
the
Oh man, Jimmy Johnson. Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
man, we gonna talk about.
Yeah.
It's
Hey.
every time.
The names that came out of them schools in the 90s.
And you know, I'm a Florida State fan, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, I'm gonna give homage. When I see in today's, I see Michael Irvin
yeah,
and all those
Playmaker.
on the sideline.
Mhm.
It's like they give this team energy. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
go home. We need to win.
But
Go home.
But you think about, like you said, the alumni, like current roster construction, like the guy you said, the stud for freshman. But think about the names.
Yeah.
Oh,
Think about
yeah.
the names
God,
and the
yeah.
contribution
Oh
to
my God.
the NFL. You can
Through just
Mike
those two
Irvin,
schools,
yeah.
man.
Bro, just
man,
those
oh
two
my-
schools.
it-
I miss someone. We talking gold jackets.
Yeah, all across the board.
all across
Man,
the board.
yes.
And
Yeah.
you remember what made these teams? All those was really Florida natives.
Oh, yeah.
That stayed
Yeah.
home.
It was the state of Florida.
It wasn't until Alabama and Texas said, hey, we need to lose some of the Florida players.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to
And
go
they
get it.
consistently got them.
Yeah.
And they make a difference.
Yeah, they
That's
make
what's
a difference.
crazy.
Howard Schnellenberger said, and I watched the documentary.
Oh,
on
you
YouTube.
back there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You back there now.
Schnellenberger said we're gonna go. I think it was Tampa St. Pete. He made a triangle, and he said this is the state of Miami.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let anyone
Out of this area.
out of this area go to FSU or Florida.
Did-
And you still had a stock cupboard of just like
Rock
again.
Stellar.
Can you name all of the notable players from Florida State? Like, cause every time I miss one.
No.
I'm thinking Corey
No.
Simon, Peter
No.
Boulware,
Yeah.
Ruben Drone,
Yeah, man.
Brock Preston,
Jeremy Sharp.
Jared. No, that's
No,
Miami. We're talking about
Miami.
FSU.
Yeah, but Shockley, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Shockley
Yeah.
was, Shockley was like one of those players that kind of ran on the radar. Like, wait, you went to school? Oh, Miami.
Miami.
Yeah. You know,
Crazy.
and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now,
But
do you-
yeah, Brooks,
Man,
Derrick
Derrick
Brooks.
Brooks, Prime.
Yeah.
That's a trump card.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
trump card.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Ward, Charlie Ward, everybody knows Charlie Ward, you know, but I
You're
kind
the only Heisman Trophy winner who played professional. Like, he's a professional NBA player with a Heisman Trophy on the shelf collecting dust.
Yeah.
Man, those teams
That's dope,
were.
though, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's
The
dope.
athleticism that man had was incredible.
That's dope, man. But you know what was crazy though? You know, and you talking about watching documentaries.
Mhm.
You know, Dion was at Florida State. Of course, we know that, man.
Yeah.
You know, we know that.
Yeah.
So, what if everything, like you talk about wide rights and you talk about wide left, what if we would have got? How can I say this? What if we would have went in the SEC when Jim went about that time? Right now, Florida State was in the SEC about that
Which
time.
you should be.
You should be.
Which you should be.
And then, hold up, I got one more for you. What if Brandon Moss would have worked out?
Ooh.
The
Now,
second coming of Deion Sanders, because he was just as fast as Deion.
man, we talking. So around that time, we talking was Warwick there during the time that
Yeah.
Randy Moss, like,
Yes.
that, bro, you want to try that?
Yeah.
That's
You
what
want to get
Yes.
that?
Yes.
And that them roll, bro, man.
Right,
roll.
right.
Yeah.
That's it. The,
But you know, we're talking about, and we know,
take your time. Take your time.
Yeah,
Take your
yeah.
time.
but I tell you, what really made me mad is people forgot this rivalry over the years because of how the programs have been down. You know what I mean?
And a lot of it attributed from the SEC dominance. I gotta give honest.
yeah.
It was the but when we talk about other conference, man, this is
And give it up to the SEC commissioner because he's always thinking ahead.
oh yeah.
That's what
Oh,
makes
yeah.
him and the
Yeah.
Big Ten commissioner. They're always thinking ahead. The ACC get left behind because they're reacting.
Yeah,
They're
but
reacting
hey
to
man,
everybody
hey, now you was talking about DJ Ungule, and I want to talk about him for a minute because I don't
Man.
understand what's going on with that kid, but had all the talent in the world. But we can't gloss over what Clemson did.
No.
What Dabo's doing at Clemson.
Last 8 years.
What you
Man,
think
that-
is going on over there, though, bro?
He doesn't want to.
Transfer portal.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
don't.
So that's what's hurting.
And the NIL, he said he did not want to do that.
He don't want to do transfer portal. He don't want
Yeah.
to. But I can tell you this right here. One thing I do respect him on is that he does show a sense of loyalty to his
Oh,
players.
Dabo football.
But I do think
Dabo's a football guy.
loyalty in football and college football right now will get you hurt as a
Yes,
coach.
and that's big
Because
point.
you got to go in that transfer portal. That's why we talked about this last time.
Yeah,
When it comes to the NIL, it should be a 2-year contract.
They got to get that, man. They
should.
got
They
to.
talked
They
about
got
it. We
to
saw that
close
commercial
door.
not too long ago about them talking about sending something out about trying to restructure the whole thing.
You have
Yeah,
to.
they have to.
They're trying to get it done right now.
They
It's
have
like
to
the
do
Wild Wild West. And shout out to the kids and the
Yeah,
athletes.
get your bread.
Athletes.
Get your bread.
Get your
that.
money.
Get your money.
But
We always
this-
want you to have money.
Yeah, but this being unregulated, it's really, really doing a disservice to the level of the game and the purity of the game. And I know if someone's in a dire situation and it's 8 people at a house and somebody throws $16 million your way, that's hard to turn
That's
that
hard,
down.
man.
That's hard to turn that down, and I understand that. And long gone are the days that they could dangle the carrot in front of you of the NFL. You have to go through these parameters and this criteria to get paid. We talk-
Let's call it 100. You know, everybody called Florida State free shoe you. You know why? Because before there was NIL, they was giving Peter Ward and all them got
Was a
to
dog.
go to Foot Lockers
Yeah.
and they would
We
get
worked
their
at.
shoes.
I was in the
Yeah.
mall the day Peter Ward got jammed up in them shenanigans.
You didn't tell me this.
No,
Nah.
I was in the mall. I was in the mall because I was like, I think it was because he came in with Amp Lee.
Oh,
and a few of them came in there, and I had never. Shout out Amp Lee was a dog. I had never seen again. Worked at Foot Locker what 8-9 years.
Yep.
I had never seen a store be completely empty.
Free shoe
It was.
Free
They
shoe
walked
shoe.
in. Now I don't know if they bought it off of them and their people that were, but it was some more kids that were there. But it was. That's when I talked to the manager. He was like, "Yeah, man, we got to get a supplemental shipment because every shoestring, every hat, every little novelty, miscellaneous.
Yeah.
They bought
Gone.
They
Yeah.
bought every, and I was like,
And when they
this is
ran out of
crazy.
Tallahassee, they used to come to Pensacola and get the shoes there.
Oh yeah, man.
But it was a known thing. That was NIL. That mean, let's just call it what it. Of course, it wasn't legal at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It was
frowned
that
upon.
and the books. You remember the kids would take their books and then sell them
Yeah.
and get money.
But they do that all the time.
Yeah, but
Regulations,
at Florida State, you can't
yeah.
do that because it stands out. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, and again, speaking to the point of NIL, and again, I'm so glad that these, because we have been trying to champion this for
long
years,
time.
but there are the loopholes that are in there now. It balances the landscape as
And
far
keep it,
as
the money is not coming from the school. It's all boosters, and when you're messing with boosters and agents, you know it's a private
crazy.
business,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy.
Now,
So you know that's why I said NCAA is going to have to be.
They got to.
They're going to have to be disbanded,
Yeah.
and the school's going to have to take care of this, or NCAA going to have to step up.
or at
And
least
make-
have an oversight committee.
Yes.
Yeah.
To an extent, because we're talking.
Hell, write me that check. I'll be oversight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Write me
It's
that
just
check.
like you always
We can
say,
work it out.
bro, you follow the money, man. Sooner or later, when they realize what's going on, man, they're gonna tighten up on it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And should.
right.
But back to Dabo. I think Dabo Sweeney is suffering for too much loyalty in the landscape.
And
of
not
college
understanding
football. And that's
the
why
curve.
Nick Saban
Yeah,
ran.
that's
Because
why
Nick
he
Saban
left.
knew he could not. He knew he couldn't hold those players, and he knew he couldn't be that loyal because he would get ran over.
Mhm.
If you're loyal to a you go into a kid house.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, I need you, and I did you, but we're going to give you $2.something. You expect that kid to produce, right? You
Yeah.
expect that kid to stay, right?
Yeah.
But he don't, because the first time you discipline him, I got $2 million. I can
Yeah.
go
Hey,
over
man,
here.
And I can go ahead and start over
I can
there.
go here. And Dabo Sweeney has to understand.
He's an old school.
You want to be
hard-nosed,
loyal.
yeah.
You want to hold on to these players because you went in their homes and you told their moms and dad that you would take care of, and I truly respect that.
Yeah,
But
most definitely,
also, in the landscape of college football, you got to go to the transfer portal and you got to get that 5-star that was from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You got to get that quarterback that Pablo that wanted to. Could you imagine Pablo was at Alabama? Could you imagine if Pablo was at Alabama? If Alabama would have ran and they could have.
Yeah, they could've.
Alabama got.
They could.
They could run him a $5 million check to leave Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And man, could you imagine what your team be totally different?
Oh, you know
One
what?
player.
I don't
What
know.
what if Tommy wouldn't play for Alabama or LSU? Constantino. I'm just saying it. You just don't know. But that's college
Man,
football.
let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this. The thing with y'all quarterback from 2 years ago, being left out,
Jordan Travis.
Travis.
That killed our program.
Yeah.
I'm about to cry. You finna make me cry.
But
you about to make me cry, man.
being an FSU fan, how fair? Well, I won't say because fair is a place where you judge.
Yeah.
My thing is, how can you look at the landscape and say, with all those teams and everybody else, because again, what it was, Cam Scatterable? No, he took Texas to
I love
war.
Cam
Yeah.
Scatterable.
I love, shout out
Cam
to Cam
Scatterable.
Awesome.
But
Scatterable.
again, imagine it.
You gotta let they should have let y'all play. I don't
I'm
care what
like
they thought
this
it
right
looked
here.
like. That wasn't cool, man.
I'm like this right here. You play the games. If you're not going to play the games, you're speculating. It's kind of like a preseason ranking. I don't think we should be ranked until the playoff. I don't think no team should be ranked until the 12-team playoff.
I agree with that.
But that's how it's like. And I'm like this right here. When you don't play the games and you try to predict which team is better, you're gonna destroy the sport.
You do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you do
That's
it
what's
a sport
happening
a
now.
disservice
It's all-
because you don't let these kids play on their own merit.
Right.
Now, if you felt like it wasn't a good product to put on TV, hey man, that's the broadcaster's issue. And I know
Yes.
it's all about money, and I know it has to be monetized. But you're talking kids who, all of these situations, tumultuous home, like they come here to get a sense of stability. They play the game. They buy into the game. How many times you've heard coaches? We need a guy to buy into the game.
Yeah.
We need him to buy into our culture.
Right.
They buy into the culture, and at the end of the day, an organization said, "Oh, no matter what your record was, and y'all horse got hurt." So I'm like, hold on, because one player went down.
One
you need to
player.
tell me these dudes
And
can.
that defense was top 5 defense. You can
Come
tell
on,
by the way we
man.
drafted,
Come on,
right?
man.
You can tell by Jared Verse, Peyton Dress. And
Hey,
so
man,
that
hold on.
defense was so
Yeah,
lit
boy.
that I think that defense could have held any offense in check. It's just now I don't know if our offense could have caught up, but our defense could have helped us out tremendously.
Being ignorant to the fact, Jared Verse went to Florida State.
Yes, sir.
With Brandon Fitz.
Yes, sir.
That's how they ended up with the Rams together.
Yes, sir.
They got drafted at the same. How NFL let that happen? That's crazy.
Hey,
Just like Jordan Travis,
As a Rams fan, I'm happy about that.
your old boy, them 2 boys from Georgia. No, man, Philly. Hey, I know
you
this is
know how he
about.
found Verse, right? To go to
Man.
Florida State. He was playing at Albany State, and they were watching this film, and they were watching this kid just
Pop
a
off.
horse, just going boom, boom,
He
boom.
got
boom.
one move. It's the bull rush.
And
when he
he
came
And they
out.
and they said, who is this kid? And they said, we don't know. Like, no, they said, go find him.
Yeah.
And when they went and found him, they brought him to Florida State. Now, what was crazy, they brought him to Florida State, right? Didn't give him no NIL money. They just said he just wanted to come to help the team for exposure.
Now, Jared
That's what he
Verse
said.
is one of the best young defensive linemen, defensive players, and I don't know what I was watching or what I wasn't watching. Didn't know he went to Florida State, but just again, let's pivot back and come back to that. Man, think of all the names. Just think of all the names that came from Miami and Florida State, and how they impact the NFL and the entire landscape.
You say all the names. I'm just naming 2 players, and we know one. But dude, Ed Reed was
Bro.
Man,
I
that's
was just about to say
Ed Reed,
bro.
Man, Ed Reed make my stomach turn.
Bro,
Because
that
he was such
game
a freak
bro.
athlete
That game in
that just
2000.
changed the skate of Mike. And I'm like,
Yes, he did.
man, just those 2 players alone. If Ed Reed don't go to Miami,
Yeah.
if Deion don't come to Florida State, I don't think we talking about these teams.
Ray
the same
Lewis.
like-
Yeah.
Warren Sapp,
Jonathan Vilma.
Jonathan Ville. Hey man.
But we can go on for days. I'm just talking about your 2
Oh yeah.
top.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, if Deion don't go to Florida State, if Ed Reed, I think, now Miami had a lot of great players, don't get me wrong, but I just think
Okay.
Ed Reed,
Yeah.
To me, now let me ask y'all this though.
that's just me though.
Let me ask y'all this. Now, we're gonna play devil's advocate, or not so much devil's advocate, we're gonna play, all right, give me your top 5 from FSU, give me your top 5 from the Canes.
Okay, top
All
5.
time. All time.
Now
Give
my
me
top
your
5 a little different.
Hey, man, it's your top 5.
Because everybody's going to say, everybody's going
Nah,
to
this show production.
But
man.
I'm going to tell you my top 5. Of course, James Winston, Rashad Green.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all remember Rashad Green?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kenny Shaw,
Mm.
Dalvin Cook,
Mm.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers.
And
It's a lot of running backs, man.
And the
Hey.
reason that those are my top 5 because we know Winston, he did his thing. He
Yeah.
had the swagger, you know. But the other one was key players that changed our offense
Yeah.
tremendously. Now, I could have easily said Jalen Ramsey. I could have easily said Ronald Darby on the defense.
Darby.
But those players played when Florida State wasn't great, but they made us look wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, Rashad Green. Rashad Green before the championship war,
Yeah.
Rashad Green was just he was heating it out, baby.
Bro, Rashad, those are what, so I'm going to tell you another, but I'll go back as far as the top 5. People forget about Tamar Vanover, how good he was on the side of Peter Warwick, like Snoop Minnis. A lot of people forget about those names at Florida State, and I understand it's just a crazy treasure of riches when you say football knowledge, football guys go into I think Saban and LSU were the last to have the farm system,
Yeah.
go straight to it. But it was a time, man, with FSU and Miami. Talk that Miami
Breaking
team.
them out, man.
What was that? 01, 02?
Oh,
one.
yeah,
Oh, one.
yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
greatest collection of talent I have
Andre
ever seen.
Johnson, like you said, Ed Reed. Man,
Ed
Ed Reed had a
Reed,
game that year, dog.
Bro.
That 2001 game.
Give me your 5 from Florida State.
Go ahead.
I'm taking Jameis.
Jameis.
And because my man, Ramsey, helped me win that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I gave you that
yeah.
Charlie Ward made my list, though.
Got to.
Charlie Ward, hey man, look, you can't deny the Heisman
Yeah.
Trophy.
Yeah.
This your list?
Okay,
man?
list. I'm gonna go back to my man Ron Simmons way back in the day.
Ooh, Ron Simmons.
Ooh.
Burt Reynolds' favorite.
Yeah,
Burt Reynolds love Ron Simmons, man.
Yeah.
man, I'm trying to.
German Shockey. Oh, you talking about Florida State?
Yeah, I'm talking about Florida State. I'm gonna go Prime, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, let's go.
Hey.
Man, let's go, man. What I'm saying.
Okay.
What's your five?
My nose, again, Prime's 1. I gotta take Charlie Ward. I've gotta take, look, if this is with all the, like you said, Dalvin Cook and all of them, but I gotta put Warren Dunn.
Oh,
Gotta put
yeah.
Warren Dunn on there. I gotta put Derrick Brooks on there.
That's
And
my
I got-
hometown, Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
Derrick Brooks, love y'all.
Okay.
Pensacola
Yeah.
High Class of 95, Marquis Dupree in the building. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all.
And at 5, like I gotta put Warren on. I got
Ward done, yeah.
No, I got to put Peter Ward. Like Ward done is
Come on,
on.
Peter Ward.
Yeah.
Peter Ward.
I gotta put
the,
Peter Ward on.
the second coming of Deion.
Bro, I
Yeah.
gotta put him on there because it's so many. But again, when you go and extrapolate and say, okay, but all of them. Now, give me your Canes.
My
Give me your
Canes.
top 5.
Alright, okay.
Your top 5 Canes.
Gino Torretto.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like Torretto. Jeremy Shockey. Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Micah Irvin.
Yeah.
And shit, I can't think of the let me see, who would be the fifth? I tell you what, I'll leave it at 4, but I tell you my fifth one who I really like because I can't
Honorable
think of.
mention.
I like the little skinny quarterback Ja'Cory Harris because
He was
again
tough. He was
he
tough.
was small
He was tough.
and he was
He
an
was tough.
underdog. He gave that team that swag.
He
I was
was
scared.
tough.
I was scared of him, man.
Yeah.
I was scared
Yeah.
of him. He was a quarterback. So I know he's not Miami's top 5, but he just kind of resonate with me.
Got moxie. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's your list, bro.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
your list.
Yeah.
This is what you're curating.
Yeah.
Joe, who you
Man,
got?
look.
Top 5 Canes.
Like I said a few minutes ago, Andre Johnson.
Ah.
You know, put me there. Like you said, Ed Reed. You can't keep Ed Reed out of there. I
Okay.
said already, Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
Ken Dorsey was a monster.
Oh,
Down
my
the
God.
field,
Got
Yeah.
to get in there.
Let me see. Who I got number 4? Oh, man. Yo, Jonathan Vilma was a dog when he was
Vilma
out
was a
there,
dog.
What's the little kid from Miami? I mean, from over there played Morris. He was a quarterback. He could play at Cottage Hill High School. He played for Miami. I think his name was Morris something. He was a quarterback. Played with Miami a little short period of time. Right
I
after
don't know. He went under the radar. And I call myself a football guy. I got to be.
You can't remember all of them. That's one thing.
That's a fact.
So let me recap everybody. Yo, this is Marquise, the previous Doc Sports in the building with T.
Say When Podcast.
Joe.
Say when, baby.
We're in the building here at Dave and Buster's. Please, everybody come down, shop, show us love. When we do these live shows, we want everybody to participate. This is a family event. So please come down no matter if we in Birmingham, New Orleans,
Tap in.
wherever we at Dave and Buster's. Please come down and support this show. This is a new vibe. This is a new game day. This is a fan show. We do interviews with the fans. We want to know your college football team. If we're not talking about your college football team, please DM us, let us know so we can show you love, because that's what it's all about. We in the building. All right.
Got to take a pause for the cause. All of this is being shot by CMG Coastal Functions. Mr. Boswell in the house.
In the building.
Could not get any of this done without him. A God in the industry. But I
Like I
gotta
say,
give y'all 5.
Like I say, anytime you need photography,
Okay.
videography,
Anything.
anything.
Hey,
If you need a podcast
man.
studio, if you want to start a podcast, you don't know
Side
how.
Street Studio.
Yeah.
Marco.
He got you. I'm telling you, he in the building, show love. So,
I gotta give y'all my top 5 Canes.
Go ahead, give it to him.
I can't narrow it down to 5, but I'm gonna do my best. First, I gotta go Ray Lewis. Gotta go Ray Lewis. I gotta go Sweet
Yeah.
Lou. I got to. Second, I gotta put Playmaker on there. I gotta put Michael Irvin on there. Running backs, it's tough. I'm just trying to go by positions.
McGahee.
Gotta put McGahee on there. But Clinton Portis is an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Now as quarterback, I was gonna say Bernie. I was gonna say Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
But a
That's a
little,
throwback right there.
but a throwback. But people, not Toretta. People forget this man went to Miami. Jim Kelly was a dog.
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, forgot about
Shot,
Kelly.
bro.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly was a
Yeah,
dog.
Buffalo.
man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
oh my
man.
God.
Folks forget about
Man,
that.
wow, man, that's wild. You start digging out
Nah.
the players, man. It's,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like when you say, that's what I'm saying, man.
It's
Wow.
we football guys,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. But now I'm gonna throw the wild card, the variable, because special team don't get any love. Bro, Devin Hester's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Playing kickoff
Yeah.
return.
Yeah.
So let me say that again to y'all. Devin Hester's in the NFL Hall of Fame for returning kicks, and he went to Miami. So,
Yeah.
and again, to think of, as you said, Jeremy Shockey, bro, people forget about Kellen Winslow Jr.
Yeah.
Like they have had some
Before
tight
he shot
ends.
himself in the foot.
And man, Greg Olsen was a dog at Miami.
And you know what's crazy, man? I'm gonna tell y'all something. And this is what I find very shocking. Another thing I think that hurts the Canes, man, and the FSU, Robert, is when they took the Orange Bowl down.
the OB,
It
man.
killed something with that.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? It
It
killed
did.
something. I'm with
The
Miami.
OB was.
We got dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they don't have that same
Dope Campbell
feel.
tough. Yeah, dope.
But they don't have. But Orange Bowl was tough for Miami.
Yeah, OB, bro.
It was.
And the Hard Rock right now is just a glorified NFL stadium that
It
Miami
is.
plays in. Sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's not. I think it's a 2-hour, 3-hour travel to get there from Coors Gable.
Yeah.
Miami need their own stadium. They need it, and I'm hearing they building like a
They should build
a
it
soccer
up.
complex or
Yeah.
something that.
But bro, you
make
give it
that
a
double, make that double as the Kane Stadium so they can have that atmosphere.
Man, you talking
Yeah.
about the OB, but a few of those wide right kicks were in the OB.
In the OB.
Yeah.
That was.
Why you think they was a why you think they
It was
was
the
wide?
East
Because that wasn't an easy place to play
No,
in. It
man.
was chaotic.
Yeah, back and then like now the Hard Rock, they took one of the things from the OB, like the visiting bench.
Yeah.
The sun is beaming.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think that's all.
Yeah, they did it
That's
like
the
that.
thing. Yeah, they do
Yeah,
that.
I think all those stadiums, man. I sent in the dope. I mean, I got a cheap ticket one time to Dope County, and
I've never been to Dope
We
County.
went when Florida State played Seminole, and Dorian James got hurt, and Jimbo Fisher left him in the game. But we was sitting on the visitor side, and it was 11. It was
James.
remember, it was 11 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Jimbo Fisher left that man in the game. Fourth quarter,
Yeah.
3 minutes to go. Ended up breaking his leg, and the next
Yeah.
game Lamar Jackson put 72 points on him.
Oh man, Lamar.
But I'm just saying, sitting on that visitor side.
Yeah.
Man, we was sick. I know I lost me 5 pounds. Just sweat.
Stress.
Yeah.
Sweat. They
Yeah.
should play football in that kind of heat.
It's hot, bro. People don't understand, man.
Here.
I did a little shutdown. This was decades ago. We were in Dorel. That was the hottest place. I didn't get a chance to get down to like Marvin's Garden at Coral Gables. We were in Dorel, right by the golf course. And we from Mobile. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in this
right.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
Mobile hot too. But that's
It's hot,
That,
but
that,
Tampa, St. Pete,
It's
Miami,
hit
bro,
different, boy.
it's a different. So
Yeah.
to be able just to practice in those environments and those conditioning, and that's why those teams like looking at this. Look at this, man.
Yeah,
You can't get the shot of this.
So
but-
yeah, just to give you guys an insight right now, we're in Dave and Buster's. You can see everything around it, but we're looking at this huge TV, and they showing the Florida State.
The
and Miami
names we were
rivalry,
just
and they kind
naming.
of flipped through the names and everybody that we was naming. It was
Yeah.
kind of dope.
Sean Taylor. Shout out to Ransom,
Sean
man.
Taylor.
Sean T, man. Like I'm forgetting so many names because over the years, not to just spend so much time on them, but these were the names because we were so close in proximity to the schools, being
Right,
here on
right.
the Gulf Coast. You know, this was before the Bama dominance and all of it. Man, these were the games that we tapped into, and I'm like, okay, Florida State, Miami on this before,
Yeah.
like. You had TV Guide, but you didn't have social media and all that. Man, when we tapped in, Florida State, they finna
Crazy,
play.
right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, that game went. It went down like that was like the iron. But like to put it in perspective, you know, we have a lot of great rivals in college football. I mean, that's what
Ain't it
that
cool
makes
though?
college. That what
Ain't
that
it
what
cool
makes college.
though, man?
That's what
But
make it so good.
but then people forgot about this game. They forgot about the Florida State. They forgot about Miami because that's our fault. I think one thing, I'm gonna be honest with you and say it, I think we're in the wrong conference. And if there ever a conference realignment, I think Miami should go to the Big Ten, and I think Florida State should go SEC or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or vice
Come
versa.
on, we'll take
But-
y'all over here.
But you know, they have to do something different so people can see what these rivalries are. And I think the ACC has done a poor job of, how can I say,
Cultivating the rivalry.
capturing and pushing the rivalry.
Yeah. Now let me.
In the ACC, as far as football, this is the most prestige rivalry. So you would think they would do more to keep it going. It's the
Yes,
only
sir.
thing. Name another rivalry in the ACC that matched Florida State and Miami.
It can't, like I said,
Can't be one.
Dabo's put his foot. But think about this though, in the back of your mind, we very well might be watching the ACC championship game.
Yes.
This may be the ACC
Yes.
championship.
Yes.
Y'all ranked what?
We're ranked 18 right now.
Okay.
My
Miami's
doctor
3.
Virginia League,
Number
right?
Okay, if y'all pop them tonight, hey,
Y'all drop down into the Eastern time.
I think Miami would. I think if
Hey.
Miami lose tonight, Miami would probably drop around 10. Florida
Yeah.
State move up to 12.
Yeah.
I don't think we break into the top 10 again. until we-
But being that we just
But
beat
what you look at-
Texas,
look at
being
the
that we just beat Texas, everybody, if y'all ain't heard about it, my Florida Gators beat Texas just a minute ago. Yeah, that may help that up.
We'll see you at the end.
Yeah.
We'll see you at the end of the year.
Oh, we got
I'm looking
hey,
at
man.
y'all, man, because if y'all just gonna take care of this right here, man, like you say, y'all get down to number 12, man. Y'all,
But-
what
but-
you looking at is the ACC championship.
And I think we have a great opportunity to win tonight, but also I think Virginia exposed a lot of Florida State.
But you got it early.
And I think
You got it out
that
the way
Miami, if Miami has a great coaching staff,
Mario Cristobal is a good coach.
if they have a good coaching staff, they're gonna look at what Virginia did and they're gonna try to duplicate and replicate
But
that.
do they have the
now?
personnel?
Can they?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
they?
yeah.
And can our defense show up? Because that
Yeah.
defense, because that 3-5 that we running, man, that's
Yeah.
soft. But that's a softer.
You covered it back in, but you get no pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and go man and zone. Leave it
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
They trying to do all this NFL stuff, and I see
Yeah.
why you trying to do that.
But you don't have
You
the
trying to get
personnel.
it ready.
You have stars, and you have people that's fast and small,
Twitchy, yeah.
right? But at the end of the day, you have to put them in the best situation to win football games.
Yeah.
And to me, the best situation to win football game for Florida State right now, defense, is man and zone.
Yeah.
Just like I played in high school.
Yeah, man.
Keep it simple.
Shorten it up.
Now, if you want to throw a blitz in there now and then, you can blitz off a zone.
And I'm
pass.
telling you,
Yeah.
Carson
Right?
Beck,
Yes, you
You can
can.
blitz off a zone pass.
Carson
Yeah.
Beck is vulnerable to 0-8 gap blitz. If they bring the heat right down the middle,
Yeah.
he can't process fast and move and get out on the boot. Now, I don't want to muddy up Carson Beck, but to me, I'm not as high as on him as most folks are. But my coach used to always say sometimes you don't call plays, you call players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when you
Yes.
can
You gotta-
evaluate
who's going to step up?
yeah, when
Who's
you
gonna make the
evaluate
play?
talent and say, okay, in this situation, if I call this play and I got this guy executing, the moment is not too big for him.
Right.
And he's going to execute. Because again, as you say, until you get to the NFL, like you got studs and dogs in, I'll put it to you like this, the long way around.
Mm-hmm.
High school, how many games? 12, 13?
High school was around 10 games.
10 games.
10
Okay, you may see superior talent across from you at your position, 2 times a season?
Yes.
In college, especially SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, the power conferences, you may see equal or more advanced talent 6 to 8 times. The NFL, you got a dog in front of you every week. So being said, in college, if you can game plan and scheme and say, okay, I'm going to attack, as you're saying, I'm going to attack a certain part of the defense.
Right.
You got to have the guys
Right.
to be able to do it.
You have to.
You have to be able to have the guy like run fit, all of that, gap integrity.
Or you have to know your team.
And that's what I'm saying. That
You
goes
have
with
to know,
talent.
or you
evaluation.
have to know your team.
Yeah.
You know, because like you said, if you don't have those guys, but you got something,
You got a good scheme.
you got a good
Yeah.
scheme. That's when you. I think that's when you go. And maybe you know,
That
like I
separates
said,
the good from the great coach.
like I always say, we are fans on the outside looking in, right?
Oh, true now. True.
We don't know. We don't go to the practices every day, right? So we don't know what those coaches. It could be.
It'll show though.
It'll show.
It'll show.
But we don't really know.
Yeah.
Right. So watching the game every Saturday, right, and looking at what we're looking at, what I see from Florida State, I think they are better in a man zone than a 3-5. I mean, a man or a zone than a 3-5.
If you're running a 3-5, you gotta have dogs on.
You gotta have some monsters.
You gotta have some
And you gotta have linebackers that can run in coverage.
Yeah.
hooks and flags.
You gotta have
sideline.
a safety that's fast and that
And
can
can
react
hit
and
and go
can hit
downhill.
and wrap up.
Every-
Because for some reason we don't know how to wrap up no more these days.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the arms.
But I can tell you this right here. I'm nervous about this game. I'm nervous about every Florida State game because last year going 2-10 last year,
Yeah.
2-10. I'm gun shy. I am gun shy.
Rightfully
the
so.
second shooting
Right.
phone.
But one thing I see from this team that I don't mind losing. Virginia played a great game.
Oh, that was a monster.
They
game.
played a great. I don't mind losing.
Yeah.
At night, double overtime.
Yeah, because we fought.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad loss. The other thing, I would like if they was ranked. You know, it probably helped us out a little more.
Yeah.
But that's where I go back. We don't need to rank teams into the playoffs.
Yeah.
We just need to go off the merit of the program, right?
Yeah.
Line
them up, play every week. You
into the playoffs.
Get to the
Well, I
playoffs.
don't understand why, because what does it matter in the beginning of the year? With
Because
the
you know how they
anyway?
used to do it. It was the AP poll, coaches poll, all of that, BCS.
That's how Alabama got
we
some
lived through all of
championships.
that shenanigans.
That's how Alabama got so many national championships. And y'all got 5 AP
Hey, we've been
championships.
working the system.
16. I was looking back, see
Man,
what Florida State claim some. We can't claim a 1 seed.
I'm in awe looking at this.
Yeah,
And
it's
for the
dope.
fans,
Yeah.
And I hope I hope no fight or anything break
Hope
out.
no one
I
gets injured.
hate to see
Nobody
that.
get injured.
But I do like to see it hot. I do
Oh,
like
yeah.
to see it popping. I
Yeah.
do like to see it chippy.
Yeah.
I like to
It's
see
gonna be
that.
chippy. It's
I'd
definitely
like
gonna
to
be
see
chippy.
that, but I don't want nobody getting in a fight. I don't want
No.
nobody hurt. I just want straight
When
passion
Chief-
for the sport.
When Chief like that spear,
Chief also
Yeah.
and Renegade,
yeah, when he like that,
which is
spear,
the best thing
Man,
in
look
college
at these
football.
pictures,
I'm
man.
sorry. If now you know what they chose what's the best.
The Oklahoma
in-
Sooner thing with
No,
the way.
the top 5 they chose was Virginia into the Sandman, like you said, Oklahoma, Clemson running down, touching the rock.
I mess with that.
Okay.
Okay, I get it, but look how long they gotta ride the buses up there.
They showed
Yeah.
good.
You know,
Yeah.
now Auburn with that eagle when it fly down, that's
Yeah.
dope.
That's
dope.
I think
That's
that should.
But
be.
yeah,
And then who brought on with the Buffalo? Texas. Is it Texas that run on with the
no, that's Colorado.
Colorado?
Yeah.
That was so.
Texas does have a steer too, though.
Florida State didn't even get in the top 5.
Straight
real?
up.
For real. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I mean, when you to
Look
be
at the
there
stadium,
at night,
man. Look
to
at
be
the
there at night,
stadium.
which I like. They just redid that stadium, and it's kind of
I'm
dope.
getting
But at the
chills,
same
boy.
time, they took out so many seats. I don't feel it because the prices is up. I mean, you know how much it costs to go to a college football game today?
it's bananas.
That's why we're trying to create the college
Yeah.
game day because everybody can't go to the football game. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
afford
crazy.
to.
Yeah.
So wherever we go, we pull up. We
Look
want
at
y'all
that.
to pull up. We want
Look
y'all to
at
come
that,
on.
man.
We want y'all to hang out with us. We want y'all to wear y'all jerseys, show your love, talk about football just like we're talking, and enjoy the sport because we know how expensive it is. We know who invests in this sport.
So you
Because
can live
without the-
vicariously through us.
Because
You don't
without
take
the
the lead.
fans,
Yeah.
nobody gets paid.
Yeah, that's
No.
true.
If these stadiums are empty, if nobody buys the merchandise, the coaches don't get paid, and we know
Right.
coaches been getting paid how long?
Yeah.
Coaches been getting. That's what started it.
Hey,
You know?
y'all gave a lot of money to Jimbo, bro.
Man, we gave a lot of money to Willie Taggart.
Willie
Well, that's a respect.
Yeah. Him and Shannon at Miami. I don't understand what that weirdness is all about. Even
We panicked. Florida State panicked.
with
and we tried.
Taggart and Florida State and with Shannon at Miami, I'm like, okay.
We
Especially with Miami. I'm like, Shannon
Which
is
I
a
like the
Miami
crystal
guy.
ball. I like
Cristobal's a coach, bro.
Yeah, I like
Cristobal's a coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
And he got experience in this game right here. So
he's a Nick Saban alumni. He's
Yeah.
a Nick Saban.
he played on the
assistant.
national championship team from Miami.
Yeah,
Two of
I mean, you got to think. We're in an arm race against the SEC, Big
Yeah,
Ten,
true.
and let's not forget Notre Dame, who should be in the ACC because they play an ACC schedule, and
Or
every time
at
they get
least
locked
the
out,
Big
the
Ten,
ACC,
yeah.
and they should share that. They should share that profit.
Yeah.
That NBC profit.
yeah, that
You're
independent.
just like I mean,
Yeah.
force Notre Dame to get in the
They ain't
conference.
gonna do it.
Force Notre Dame to get in the because
But
the
how
ACC
do speaking of
because hey, how you get them in the conference? Because next time they panic like COVID
Yeah.
and they can't play a game, ACC should leave them out. They should help them.
But which is what we said with the ranking, how are you an independent? You're not a part of a conference, but you can be
In the ranking.
In the ranking for
It's
the
Notre
national
Dame,
championship.
man.
Okay, but still, all right. Look, I love one of the first quarterbacks I ever watched was Tony Rice
Yeah.
at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Black quarterback, could move, throw the ball,
Did
and
you
I
play
was
with
like,
Rocky Ishmael? Rocky Ishmael?
nah, he played with Tim Brown.
Tim Brown.
Tim Brown came at the end of Tony Rice's career, but it was, I'll never forget, man, one of the first games I watched, two black quarterbacks, it was Tony Rice at Notre Dame against Jamel Holloway at Oklahoma. Boy,
Oh, you going back?
okay,
Yeah,
that's why I say,
back.
y'all, I know football.
T, you
Yeah, bro.
You
It's
going back,
yeah. Some people might not be old enough to
Yeah.
understand that, but yeah, Barry Switzer, Lou Holtz, those were classic games. There wasn't a lot of outlets for you. Like, man, we watched football, think about it right now, as a football fan.
Football, my video game on Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I mean, I had a Nintendo. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But football, I would watch every single game
Oh yeah.
with my aunt.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, I sit on the floor, she laid on the couch, my cousins were there, and we watched football.
But think
the most.
Go ahead. But think about, and I want to know, do y'all think this is saturation? You got professional football on Monday night. You got college football sometimes on Tuesday and Wednesday night.
I don't like that.
You got professional football on Thursday night. You got college football on Friday night and high school football. Then you got all day long on Saturday, all day long on Sunday, Sunday night, and again on Monday night. Remember back in the day when you used to be getting off work and driving through traffic and making sure you get your chores done like you said, because that window
Was
That
real
was
small.
real-
that
real
was small.
And you only had 3 channels.
All right.
You only had 3 channels.
So is it saturation though? I mean, is it?
As a football fan, I love it.
I don't like college football played on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I think that should be NFL night.
Yeah.
I think college football should premiere on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're
That's
done.
it. That's it.
And that's done.
But we are going to the as they say, the convergence.
Because of ESPN and they be hungry with money. Just
And
like
then the mouse.
South Alabama, I don't know if y'all noticed this, and I'm kind of getting off the beat, but South Alabama and Troy have a heck of a rivalry in
Oh,
football,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They've been playing on Tuesday for the last 5 years. This Saturday is the first time that they played that game in Troy on a Saturday.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And when they come to South Alabama next year, they should do the same thing.
Yeah.
And these small conferences.
Shout out to the Jags.
Love you. I'm Troy. I'm just saying. It's Troy.
Shout out to the
But
Troy,
I
yeah.
love the Jags. I love all Alabama State.
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
them. We love college football, man.
Yeah.
That's why when we get on the road, we start traveling, we going to these games, So, we would like to thank you guys for tuning in with us. T, you got any last words, anything you want to say before the game, for this kickoff?
I want to say that this is one of the greatest rivalries in college football. If you're a casual fan or a novice or someone who doesn't really tune in, if you want to see football, tune into this, the pageantry, all of that. But again, I want to tap on the convergence of the month of October.
Yeah.
We got pro and college football. We got NBA basketball. We got the WNBA finals on. We've got the pennant race in the playoffs for MLB. For us sports junkies,
Yeah.
this
is a wonderful
this
time.
this
to be
is
alive,
the Magna
man.
Carta.
This is our ring.
This is our, so tap into that.
Yeah.
What you got, Joe?
What you got, Joe?
Man, I want to thank everybody for letting us have this opportunity.
Oh, man, shout out to you.
Man, this is dope.
Hands
This
out
is
sports,
awesome.
man.
We want to get everybody to come out here and hang out with us, man, because it is really all about the fans.
Yes.
College sports is all about the fans. We want to keep it we want to keep it traditional. We want to hear from y'all. Come on out and see us when y'all get a chance.
So where you can find your podcast at?
Oh man, you can find it on all just about platforms. We just got going on YouTube. That's the Say Win podcast. That man can tell you a lot more about it as far as where we're gonna be.
Say Win
We
Podcast.
keep it
We're mostly on Facebook, but we did just start the YouTube channel up. We're gonna have a lot of content coming for y'all. It's gonna be good.
Alright. Marquise Dupree here, Doc Sports. You know to find me at. I'll be in Kazula's at the next Classic. I got the Pensacola Cigar Weekend coming up in May, and a slew of other events will get scheduled out to you guys. Please show up. Please lock in. Show love. We appreciate you. Enjoy this rivalry. You're about to see magic tonight. I think we're probably going to see one of the best games. Either somebody going to get blowed out and they're going to talk trash, or we going to see another
Nail biting.
nail biting.
Which one you want? I'm playing devil's advocate. Both of y'all before we go. Which one?
So we're gonna keep it at that. My heart is weak. Like I said, Marquis Dupree with Doc Sports. You guys lock in, tune in,
Say
show
Win
love,
podcast, CMG, Culture Vulture, barcode 251, Gator Truck.
and go Noles. We out. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Peace.